I'm on the bus to the airport. My seat neighbor is coughing and sneezing. I'm trying to slowly distance myself from him. Obviously, he's not wearing a mask, but neither would I in that same situation. So who am I for judging? The bus is crowded. It takes a long time to get to the airport. It stops every once in a while. The driver switches off the engine. No announcement. I am with my AirPods on and I'm listening to voice notes from my clients, from my coaches. The bus finally arrives at the airport. It's 20 minutes late, but I still have 2.5 hours before my flights and 2 hours before boarding. But I look at the people in the bus and I try to get out of the bus as quickly as possible. And I think to myself, why are these people so slow? Why do all these people have mobility problems? Judging everything. I step off the bus. I make my way to the security. I arrive at security in record time. As I'm putting my stuff into the tray, I realize that I stepped on the bus with my backpack, but I put my trolley in the luggage hold below and separated from where you sit. That sinking feeling that something went terribly wrong. Fight or flight. I run back to the bus stop. I exit security. I run and the bus is not there. And immediately a negative script, a judging script. How can I be so foolish? How can I be so stupid? How can I be so careless? What is happening? I go back to security with this feeling that I'm the worst person that ever existed, that I'm completely incapable, that I'm stupid, that I should not even exist, that a person that does these mistakes should never have ever existed. In a few minutes, years of therapy kick in. Breathe, calm down. Nothing major happened. You forgot your luggage. You have your passport. You have your car keys. You have your house keys with you. You have your toothbrush. Nothing wrong is happening. Let it go. These things happen. These things happen to everyone. You were distracted. You will learn later on why this happened. But it just happened. But this positive script that arrives, first of all, it arrives a few minutes later, the negative script, but is fighting for attention with the negative script. I'm stuck with both in my head. Now, the first thing I notice, thinking back on this, and the first lesson that I get from this, is that the negative script is just waiting to be triggered. It's just sitting there waiting to be triggered. The second thing that I notice is that, hey, I spend an inordinate amount of time trying to be a good boy to not trigger this negative script. So I do, and I'm sure I'm not realizing how many things I do, but I'm sure that I do a ton of things just to avoid this negative script. I spend enormous amounts of time avoiding the negative script. Third thing, once the negative script is there, it takes over. There's no being creative. There's no being in the moment. There's no being happy. The negative script takes over. I started checking my AirTags. Where is the luggage? Where is the luggage? And I started noticing that the luggage was still on the bus. And I was worried somebody's going to steal it. And I was looking at it, going through the route of the bus or finding out where the bus stays during the night. Even more important than that is not just the fact that the script is negative, but that my whole life energy became reactive. So rather than wanting to do things, or rather than having new thoughts, I was reacting to the negative script. I was letting the negative script run my whole life just by entering in this firefighting mode. And I think we've all experienced this one way or the other. Looking back at this experience, another lesson is that in the moment where you are in the bus or in the plane and you're thinking that everybody else is slow, that they should, I don't know, jump like Olympians off the bus, I was being antisocial. I wasn't feeling part of the group. I wasn't feeling part of that crowd. Had I just stepped off the bus and looked at what people were doing, well, people were picking up their luggage, and I would have just done the same. If I had considered myself part of that group, I would have behaved like one of them and done the right thing. But maybe the most important reminder, not lesson, because this lesson I got way, way back, but the most important reminder is that all of this, the negative scripts, the anxiety, wanting to skip things over, wanting to avoid discomfort, remember the discomfort of the guy coughing next to me, all of this shows up, manifests in the world in one simple way: trying to go fast and going fast. So whenever I notice myself trying to go fast, that means I'm avoiding some discomfort. If I'm avoiding some discomfort, I'm avoiding an internal monologue that maybe is trying to tell me something. I'm trying to skip it over. I'm trying to avoid it. What do I have to do? Slow down. Now, where is the luggage now? So the luggage, this happened on Thursday. It's Monday. So the luggage was on the bus all week and during the weekend. And now I can see the AirTag as in the lost and found. And most probably while I'm shooting this video, the lost and found is sending me an email and I will get my luggage very, very soon. There was no reason at all to go into that anxiety dynamic. There was no reason to rush off the bus. There was no reason to spend all the time checking the AirTag, feeling guilty, feeling that I shouldn't occupy space or air on this earth. The main lesson here for me, though, is, and the main to-do is find out what are the energy expenditures, what are the areas of my life where I perform in a certain way to avoid the negative script, and just confront the negative script more often until it doesn't have any power over me. It still does. It does after years of therapy, after physical and non-physical types of therapy. It does after years of coaching. It does after years of meditation, months and years of reflection and self-reflection. It's there. It's probably going to be there. It's not mine. It comes from society. It comes from my parents. It comes from my upbringing. It doesn't belong to me. It is with me. And my job is to lean into discomfort, slow down, discover the energy drains, be more present, be more mindful. I'll add a comment when the luggage is safely here with me. But there's one thing that tells me that the luggage is going to come back to me, and that my tarot cards, my old tarot deck is in the luggage. So I think they're going to find my way. And my diary. These are the two things that are very precious and very personal that are in that luggage. My dirty underwear. Yeah, I kind of look forward to seeing it again. But yeah, thanks for watching.